Drink your iron brew and lift up your kilts, because week 5 of Crit Club and we're in Scotland for the Glasgow Crit Circuit, and I'm bringing you the inside line, and it is a beauty. Glasgow Crit Circuit is my favourite of all the crit routes. It's a new route, it's a bumpy little route, and if you know what you're doing, you can really make the opposition pay. So one of the key things of this route is knowing where you can get some rest. People go hard on the bumps, particularly the Clyde Kicker, which is this lump, the first big lump in the middle of the course, but then you've got to take the rest on the little descents. Hit the little bumps hard and rest as you go down. This descent at about 2k's into the lap it used to be super tuckable if you were going at a reasonable clip, and now, although you don't get the super tuck, you can often just stop pedaling and you'll be fine, even if you're not on the front of the group. So let's have a look at one of my races here. I've had quite a degree of success on the Scotland routes. When it was Zracing Scotland, I won them all, and it was all due to a little trick that I've got for you at the finish. But there's plenty more to be learnt about this route. First of all, the power-ups are Feather, Aero, and Ghost, and I can't decide which is the best. Probably the Aero, but all of them can be used to good effect at the finish. So let's get my race up. So this is the start of the lap, and you get a little 3% dip at that first corner, and then another 3% dip as you're coming around here. And here's where the terrain starts to head up. So we're at the bottom of the course there, about half a kilometre in. Then we start to head up round the corner. You no longer get an extra power up here. You used to get a free power up at the train station, but you don't. Now this is the Clyde Kicker, and it comes in sort of 3 parts really. There's the introduction, there's the little ramp up, there's a flat bit, and then the final kicker. And the main bit is the final kicker. And here's where you've got to take your rest along this straightaway. There's ups and downs. You've got to hit the ups hard and then take the rest on the descents. And here's that big long descent where you can pretty much just stop pedaling. And as you approach, there's a chicane coming up on the road now, and this is where you can launch the deadly attack. So my trick here, where I've won I think 7 times doing this exact same thing, I have failed a couple of times as well, but generally against a category opposition, and I'm a B rider. So you can see here I'm just about to hit my power up. Hit the power. I didn't have a power up, and from the back of the group, you're gonna hit it just before there's a bump, which is almost exactly at the 500 meter mark. Hit the power as hard as you can. If you any of your power-ups will do you good here. Certainly the Ghost and the Feather you want to use if you've got them at this point. Hit this bump as hard as you can, and you just leave the others standing really, and then you'll be left with about 400 meters to go, and you'll just pull away from them because you'll have speed at the top of the bump. They won't have speed. They'll have to try and get back up to speed on the flat. You've already got it. Off you go, and let's just watch how it transpires. So slingshot through the group, kaboom, and as you can see, so I've now only got a negligible lead in terms of time, and the others have already noticed. So there's some big numbers coming from this Dave guy and Acre and Coles, similar sort of power numbers to me, but because I hit mine on the hill, it's where it's most effective. And you can see now I'm starting to pull away because I've got the speed of 56k, and they'll be going relatively slow and trying to get up to speed. And as you come around this corner, there's another little descent, so you've got to keep the power on to at least here. And if you've got this sort of lead by now, then you're pretty much guaranteed the win, because you get this little descent. You can ease off the power a bit if you've got the lead, and the speed from that descent will just take you home. And as you see,
kaboom! And that is how we do it.
That is how you do it. Enjoy this course, it's one of the best, and take the win.